Welcome to this session, students. So in this session we will be learning about Wiener filter. So far we have learned about different kinds of filter, different orders of filters. So in this particular session we will be learning about Wiener filter. So let's get into the topic. So on completing this particular topic, you will be able to explain about Wiener filtering and what are the mathematical equations that are used for expressing Wiener filtering. So first let's start up with the definition. So what is the main thing of Wiener filter is it is used to reduce the amount of noise that is present within an image. So we will be comparing the received signal by estimating the desired signal desired noiseless signal. So this is the process, and this particular Wiener filter is not an adaptive filter, so it will be just assumed to be an stationary, that is the input will be a stationary and description. So it will be taking a statical approach to solve this goal. The goal of the filter is to remove the noise. So before implementing the filter, we have to know the spectral properties of the particular original signals properties as well as the noise that are present. So spectral properties in the sense its power functions, that is for both the original signal as well as the noise that is being added, and the resultant signal will be required as it should be lying close to the original. So some important equations of a Wiener filter is given here. So we are going to consider by designing a Wiener filter in frequency domain as a W of u comma v. So the restored image can be given as xn of u comma v, which is equal to W of u comma v into y of u comma v, where y of u comma v is nothing but the received signal and xn of u comma v is the restored image. So some important equations is we have to choose w of k comma l in order to minimize e square of e of f minus f square, which is obtained from equation 1. So while equating this, it will be representing the mean square error, and the Wiener filter can be representation as f cap of u comma v is equal to h star of u comma v and sf of u comma v divided by sf of u comma v into h of u comma v the whole square plus s eta of u comma v into gv. So these are some standard important equations that has to be noted in Wiener filtering. So you can see h of u comma v is the degradation function, and h of u comma v the whole cap square is this particular thing. Okay, so g of u comma v is the transform of degraded image. So some other important equations are for signal to noise ratio. So low noise will be giving high signal to noise ratio, and high noise will be giving low signal to noise ratio. So depending upon this value, we can go for determining the performance of restoration algorithm. We can go for using this particular SNR value as a metric for characterizing the performance of restoration algorithm. Very clear variations between the input and the output image. So this is how the Wiener filter, so that is what I told you here. Since it is said to have the similar power spectrum, I am taking two different type images. Say for example a cameraman and an house. I am going to calculate the power spectrum for these particular two images. So in this slide you can see that cameraman's power spectrum is like this, and the house power spectrum is like this. Okay, so see the difference. What is the restored image with the same exact spectrum, and how the restored image is with a different different spectrum, that is house spectrum. Okay, so now we can say that if we consider a large set of image and calculate the power spectrum for each of them, then we can say that power spectrum for Wiener filter will be giving out the better results. Hence it is important to have a large amount of data set so that we can go for calculating the power spectrum. Okay, So in the previous scenario we can see that the noise of the power spectrum is much needed to know the previous knowledge, and we have to go for calculating it just by observing the variance that are present within the image smoother part. So on concluding that, we can say that Wiener filter is an excellent filter when it comes to noise reduction or deblurring of noise. So we can go for choosing different spectrum. That is one another important advantage. So by implementing those spectrums on the image that we need to process, we can go for applying on that. Okay. So second thing is the users can test the performance of Wiener filter for different parameters such that we can get the desired results in the output. So depending upon the performance, we can change the parameters to get the output that we require in the output image. Okay, so one good application of using this Wiener filter is stenography processes. Okay, so best application for stenography, if they ask you, so then you have to go for choosing this particular filter called as a Wiener filter. And then next thing is, it will be considering both the degradation function and the noise as the part of analysis of an image. So as we saw already, so it will be considering both the degradation as well as the noise. So noise and the degradation will be a part of the transfer function in the part degradation, and then in the output only we will be getting the processed image. Okay, so this is how it works. So now it's up to you students. So quiz question based upon Wiener filter. So I have represented the formula for causal Wiener filter. So what you have to do is, you have to write down the formula for non-causal Wiener filter. Hope you all understood and had a very useful session. Thank you for watching this video.